Hello, I'm Charlie Thompson, and welcome to the pre-lab video for Topographic Analysis, Fluvial Geomorphology. Before we get started, let's take a look at the key learning concepts for this lab. Analyze and describe fluvial geomorphic processes using topographic maps and Google Earth imagery. Interpret several fluvial processes and the characteristic landscapes that are produced, including drainage basins and floodplains. Analyze fluvial processes in a folded landscape, Cumberland Gap, Maryland. The first thing we're going to look at are drainage patterns. These are the patterns that streams make on the landscape, and they can tell you a great deal about the geology and terrain of a region. The first drainage pattern is Dendritic Drainage, which means tree-like. It's the most common drainage pattern. It's a pattern we see in branches and roots on a tree, veins in a leaf, veins in our body. It's a very efficient network shape for transporting material because the length of the branches is minimized. Next is radial drainage, caused by a central peak. There's high ground in the center and low ground all around it. Next is parallel drainage. This is caused by steep slopes along a ridge line, in this case, the Sierra Nevada mountains. This is an example of rectangular drainage caused by faulting. There are several 90-degree turns along Stony Creek, which are really eye-catching because straight lines are rare in nature. This is trellis drainage caused by folding, as seen here in the Appalachian Mountains. If I turn off the streams layer, you can see more clearly the topography of folded mountains and valleys that's controlling the streams. Next, we'll look at meander bends in a floodplain. This is the Sacramento Valley in Northern California. The upper reaches of the Sacramento River don't have artificial levees, so the river moves naturally, creating shifting meander bends. These bends increase in curvature over time until they cut through and the river straightens out. The red regions here are the outside bank of the river, called the cut bank. The stream's velocity and erosive power are greatest at the outside banks. On the inside bank, the stream's velocity is very low, so deposition occurs, forming a point bar, shown here in blue. Let's take a look at another section of the river. Here, the cut banks are shown in red and the point bars are shown in blue. The outside bank is going to migrate in the direction of the yellow arrows. Upstream and downstream from this section, the river is going to move in the direction of the arrows. As the river changes course, the width of the river will stay the same, because as the cut bank on the outside bank erodes and moves in the direction of the outside arrows, the point bar on the inside bank will grow. So the course of the river will change, but not the width. The meander bends will gradually cut toward each other. The two cut banks will join, and the main channel of the river will no longer flow through the old meander bend. Once water stops flowing through the meander bend, deposition will seal off the ends of the river, forming an oxbow lake, shown here in blue. Over time, organic material will fall into the oxbow lake, and it will become more shallow and eventually become a meander scar. There's many meander scars in this floodplain, shown here in green. That's it for this video. I wish you good luck on your topographic analysis fluvial geomorphology lab.